What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Dribble with my co-host Aashrith. Today we're gonna do a little recap of the final four games between UConn and Illinois, and then Arizona and Michigan, and then do a little preview of the national championship game, and then we're gonna shift our gears into some NBA basketball because there's literally exactly 1 week left in the season, so playoffs are about to start, and there's a lot of seeding implications in the West, but we'll kick it right off with UConn versus Illinois. UConn obviously came victorious, and they're heading to the national championship game to play Michigan. Aashrith, what were your thoughts on this game overall?
Definitely the better of the two games. The super like mucky offense. No one was able to really get anything going.
Yep.
And Dan Hurley just has a plan for Illinois. He beat him by 13 in December, and that game wasn't particularly close. And this game was always within that sort of 6-11 range, but there was never a point where anyone really thought Illinois was going to win that game. And it was really sad because going in, Illinois, I think I would say has maybe the second best offense out of all the four teams left,
Mm-hmm.
and their defense was like sort of the thing that needed to carry over. But their defense was excellent in this game, but their offense just couldn't get going. Keaton Wagler is pretty much playing on his own, but overall, I mean, 3 national championship appearances in 4 years for Dan Hurley. He's again speedrunning a top 5 college coach of all time case.
Yeah, agreed. It seemed like a really like not like too much of a back and forth game, but also like Illinois, it's just they couldn't make a shot. There were so many like layups that like from what I saw that just didn't go in that I thought like were point blank misses. When you don't make shots like that in the final four game, you're not probably not going to end up winning the game, especially when you play against a coach like Dan Hurley. But on the UConn side, I mean, it was a great win for them. I think, like you said, like having another national championship appearance like is slowly putting him into the top five. If he wins it, that would be even more impressive because he's gonna go out there versus probably, in my opinion, like the best college basketball team in the country right now in Michigan. So if
Easily.
he's able to pull off an upset against that team, then some conversations are definitely gonna have to be had. But
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna be a hard game for them to win, in my opinion.
Yeah. And the team they're going to play is Michigan, as Chetan said. They defeated Arizona, and this is one of those games where, like, as a college basketball fan, I had circled. Like, I was like
Yeah.
really excited for this game,
Hmm.
and from jump, you could tell that Michigan is on another level. Like,
Yeah.
what I thought Iowa State would end up doing to Arizona is what Michigan ended up doing. This is like the scoreboard. They put up points on the board for sure, but that defense was menacing, bro. And Day Mara, if he finds me the Timberwolves, bro,
Whew. That'd be
dude, he's the perfect modern day Gobert replacement because he's
yeah.
not as good of a shot blocker, but he's still really good at the rim, and he
Mhm.
can stretch it out, and he has a little bit of a touch. He has a little bit of touch outside too. Then again, last season he averaged 5 points of Mick Cronin. I don't know what that guy's doing. And he comes into a system with Dusty May. Dusty May, again, I give a lot of praise to Dan Hurley for being, in my opinion, the best coach in the sport. Dusty May is the easy number 2. Like what he
Agreed.
did with FAU 3 years ago, and then what he's
Mhm.
doing now with Michigan. Like this is national championship appearance already in his tenure is incredible. And bro, this might be one of the best college basketball teams I've seen in my life.
I
And
I agree. It's crazy to say that like half their team is like transfers or like players that didn't really have a role from like a season before or like they transferred over, and it's a well built team overall. On the Arizona side, it was a little disappointing. Both like
the brick
two of
fest,
the
bro.
best players were pretty inefficient, and Braden Burries and Koa Pete. Like you need like they are arguably two of the better freshmen in college basketball, so you need them to play better if you want to win the game.
And
Um,
Koa Pete's on Jaden Ivey watch, bro.
yeah, man. I
Is he basketball is not my purpose? The Lord is.
yeah,
Bro. I mean, like, fair enough, but like, you better basketball better be something. Like,
yeah, bro. You I'm pretty like you've done so much to get to that point. You might as well just keep going with it.
yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, no one really stepped up for them. So like if that happens, it's gonna be a hard team to beat, that Michigan team. But we can move on to preview the game that we do want to talk about and see, the UConn versus Michigan. Who do
Yeah.
you have winning in this game?
I'm rooting for UConn.
Hmm.
I think it's weird calling UConn underdog, but UConn's a clear underdog. They're 7.5 point dogs in this game. But Michigan should be favored by more. Michigan's so much better. Like the way Michigan made Arizona made teams look like how they looked against Michigan the whole season. And Michigan just was up by 30 at some point. Like it wasn't
Yeah,
even close. And I don't think Dan Hurley's gonna get I don't think a Dan Hurley coached team can get blown out. But because even their one tournament loss since like this run started was to Florida by 2.
yeah.
So um I don't think that is going to happen, but I think Michigan wins by 10.
I also like I don't see like a blowout happening. I think they're gonna play hard. They're always aggressive in these type of games. They know the moment's there. I also feel like if they're able to keep it to like within like 5, 6 throughout the whole game, and then you come to like 3 minutes and
That
you apply a
experience.
little pressure, then that's when like that Dan Hurley experience could come into play again. Not like saying Dusty May doesn't have the experience. He's been to the Final Four twice already. So not like he hasn't coached in the game in a big game, but I'll take Michigan winning. I think they overall have like the better team, even if Yaxel is not like 100%. Like just having his
No
presence.
structural damage for Yaxel. They're reporting
He's
that.
I saw there's like a video of him like walking. He looks like it looked pretty fine. Even like his presence on the floor, like you're gonna have to like throw double teams every now and then against him. So that Michigan team is solid all around. So I think they'll hold it down. But again, I don't think it'll be a blowout, like you said.
And actually, ironically enough, Solo Ball, UConn's primary creator, is in a walking boot.
Oh wow.
So like again, like that's not like Yaxel being perfectly fine, and now UConn's point guard going down, and I
Yeah.
think Solo Ball is gonna end up playing,
Yeah.
but like he's obviously gonna be limited.
Hmm.
And I mean, we should before we move on to the NBA, we should probably touch on Yaxel a little bit because
Yeah.
this run he's on, I understand, and I made fun of him for this too. He's like significantly older than the competition. Like a week ago, he said like he was disrespected having a freshman guard him. I mean, you could have just gone to the NBA then,
Hmm.
but he's incredible. Like he's easily the best player remaining. Like he's probably been the best player this tournament. If they win, he's gonna win most outstanding player, and he's just so balanced, bro. Like he has no weakness. He can go inside the paint, the mid range, the three. He can guard all five. He can not guard all five, but he can guard. And like I think he's gonna backpack them to this win against UConn.
I agree. I think the age is obviously like one factor for like the NBA draft and everything, but like still, in my opinion, like when he goes to the NBA, he'll still be a very solid player. Like that's more like that's less time for him to kind of get acclimated. I think his body size and everything, like the way he moves on the court, the transition will be pretty smooth.
Yeah. Who knows, bro? Thunder with the Axel?
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
That'd
That'd be crazy.
be fun. But moving on to the NBA, we'll just talk about the Thunder Lakers game that happened, and as you can see, the result of it was not good for the Lakers, bro. The Thunder played the Lakers a couple days ago. They went up by 30 after like 1.5 quarters, and then lost Austin Reeves and Luca for the season. So in one game, that the while they were healthy, they were getting annihilated. They could have just benched those players. Instead, they chose to play them down 40 in the third quarter, and then Luca like tore his hamstring or something. What are your thoughts, man?
It's unfortunate. I think Luca's time frame is like probably like 4 weeks at least, 4 to 6 weeks. That already puts him out at like the first round. Maybe the second round, depending on how he progresses. And then I think Austin Reeves is also like 4 to 6 weeks as well, if I'm not mistaken, with his
Mhm.
oblique injury. So that's your two primary ball handlers and like 55 points per game in scoring.
Yeah,
Now you leave a 40-year-old LeBron.
poor guy, bro.
Yeah.
LeBron did so much unnecessary like shit. Like
Now you see. Now everyone's trying to say we need one more Braun run. Just leave him alone, bro. I don't. He's 40 years old. He plays okay when he plays. Like it's gonna be hard to carry DeAndre Ayton and Rui Hachimura as your second and third options to a playoff series win. I don't even know if they're gonna win a game now.
in the game, I think LeBron can give him a game, bro.
Maybe.
But it would depend. If they play the Rockets, they'll win a game for sure.
Yeah. But again,
Rockets suck.
I don't know. The healthy Rockets team. I don't even know if they'll win a game.
No, but the Rockets losing to, like, the tanking Kings, bro. They could really lose a game. I mean, every team loses every, like, some
That's
random
true.
game, but
That's
like
true.
the Rockets do not impress me.
Yeah.
But back to the Lakers. Um, it's over,
Yeah.
and this starts such an interesting seeding race
Yeah.
because
No,
if
first of all, they fucked us.
yeah
They cooked
yeah
us.
bro,
They
because
absolutely cooked us.
yeah we again the rest of the podcast is gonna be about the seeding race in the
Yeah.
West, because that's probably the most interesting topic right now going on in the NBA. So the Thunder seemingly have locked the 1 seed. They have to go 3-2 in the final five, and we play the Jazz tonight. So I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
And the Spurs have definitely locked the 2, but 3-6 becomes, or 3-7 even
Mhm.
becomes so interesting because right now the Lakers have the 3,
Yeah.
and the Nuggets are a game back of them, but lose the tiebreak for the 4. The Rockets are at the 5, and the Timberwolves are a tad bit of a distant 6th.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves, but the Lakers being that far ahead in the 3 makes the 4-5 makes the 4-5 such a desirable place to be.
Mhm.
So I mean, if the Timberwolves could do anything to get to that 5 line, bro, it would
The
be,
thing
it would
is,
be huge.
I was just looking at the Rockets schedule. Steph is coming back today, if I'm not mistaken.
He is.
So hopefully, God, I don't know how many minutes he's gonna play. Maybe like 20, 25 minutes. He's been out for like 20 games, more than 20 games.
Yeah.
But hopefully 20, maybe 25 minutes of Steph can give the Rockets a L. And then the Rockets do have like another game against the Suns, another game against the Sixers, and then they play us. So
Okay.
if the Rockets are able to lose 2 games, and then we're able to win 2 games, and then
That's
we come to that Rockets T-Wolves game, then it would get really interesting.
But it all depends on where the Lakers finish, because the Lakers win a couple interesting
But
games. 6 becomes so much better than the 5.
the Lakers now play the Mavs today, and then they play you guys tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So
Let's assume the Thunder as a loss.
yeah,
But they could win the other games. I think they have a game against Utah. I think they have a game against
Utah, the Suns, and then the Warriors.
the Suns would beat them, I think.
Let's see, the Suns win would be bad for us, because then if we lose while the Suns are winning, that wouldn't be good. But say we keep winning and the Suns win, that keep the Lakers at 3 then.
No, because if the Lakers go 3-2 and the Nuggets don't lose, the Nuggets get the 3.
Yeah,
But
because they're only a half a game back. Yeah.
but the Nuggets play the Spurs one more time and the Thunder one more time. Now, the Thunder play the Jazz, Lakers, Clippers as their next 3. If they win those 3 games, which they probably should,
You'll lock up
they lock the 1 seed. So which would
do you rest against the Nuggets?
I don't think we would. I would love the team to play like Brooks Barnheiser and Brandon Carlson like 48 minutes. But like I don't think Shea would let it happen, like, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
competitive guy in him, especially with Jokic's game yesterday, which we'll talk about later,
Mhm.
like especially with that, I think he's gonna want to make a statement that game.
Yeah. That makes sense. It will get very, very interesting, 100%.
Yeah.
But we'll see what the Lakers do, because obviously, every win now is going to be tremendously harder for them, in my opinion. It's even against a team what's the Jazz. I mean, they'll beat the Jazz, but the Warriors, the Mavs tonight too.
I said that could be dicey with
that
Cooper
could
playing
get
like Cooper's
dicey.
playing.
Cooper dropped 50 couple games ago, so if he's able to put up numbers, that could be a little iffy. So never know. But
it could get interesting, bro.
I think it's a wrap for their season though, for a postseason run.
Yeah. And it does beg some interesting questions, which I think we should start to touch on, which is Luka is, I think, signed for 2 more years.
Mm-hmm.
Now Austin is a free agent, and LeBron's obviously a free agent, and they're gonna have the second most cap space in the league.
Maybe try and get Giannis or something.
But they don't have the assets to get Giannis.
You don't have the assets to get Giannis, yeah, because you have to trade for Giannis.
Yeah, that's the thing. Or else, because they want to make a push for him, but I don't know. I think they would sign and trade Austin and give up all their picks.
Probably
Picks they even have
to do.
What picks do they even have?
They don't have it. Yeah.
So it does beg the question, bro. Was this the Lakers' best chance with that hot month in March?
I think so.
Because I don't know what again, and I've had this take before. I don't think Luka will ever win a championship, and part of it is because I don't like the way he plays. But other part of it is like, dude, he's subject to some sus team building, bro. Rob Pelinka is kind of dog shit. He lucked into the Luka trade. Besides that, it's been an utter failure post that 2020 championship.
Yeah, and like LeBron's definitely gone. Like you're not gonna sign LeBron because if you sign him, it has to be a vet minimum, and LeBron's not gonna take a vet min. Like who are some free agents this summer though that they can?
Oh, that pulled up.
They can go out and sign.
But I don't know if there's gonna be any free agents that like move the needle for them. I think the best, like James is. I don't know if James Harden's re-signed, but I think
did the Cavs not re-sign James Harden?
I don't know.
I think the Cavs did, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so
like you're not even gonna like James Harden wouldn't even be a free agent you go after because James Harden and Luka, like that's not gonna work.
Yeah. So the best free agent that I'm seeing to compare with them, bro, Norman Powell.
Oh wow. You should just keep Austin Reeves at that point.
Because it's not me hoping because I don't really like him anymore, but I think they're gonna get Lou Dort if I'm or I think Lou Dort's gonna go where LeBron goes because he just signed to Clutch like the other week. I think he knows his time is up, so I think he's gonna go, and it's gonna be like 20 mil a year. That's
not needle moving at all.
It's not at all, but that's a significant portion of their cap. Let's say they re-sign Reeves. So and then like who do you have? Norm Powell to replace LeBron? Bro, it's atrocious, bro. It's terrible. They have to make a play for Giannis. If they don't, they're fucked because they don't have any good picks.
It's over. And then like their second best asset is like Rui Hachimura.
Dude, Bronny would be in their top 5 assets.
Yeah.
Bronny might start a playoff game.
He might.
Because because who would their point guard be? They have Marcus Smart starting at the 1, and then who would start at the 2?
Jake LaRavia would start at the 2.
LaRavia is a 2? He's like 6'10", 6'9".
Jake LaRavia is that? I thought he was I thought he was a 2 guard. No, I
thought he's a 3 for sure.
No, I think he's like 6'6".
Then it's fine. He's 6'7".
He's 6'7"?
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, he can start at the 2. Who started at the 3 then?
Rui?
Oh, LeBron, Rui, then DeAndre Ayton?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Jake LaRavia is the Bronny handicap? Okay. God damn, this team is bad.
And then Bronny backup point guard?
Yeah, Bronny has to get 25 minutes a game.
Who else is going to get 20 minutes a game?
Bronny, Maxi Kleber off the bench.
Oh, God.
Dude. And again, the fact they won 50 games, honestly, is a very compelling argument for Luka MVP case. But, like, dude.
Oh, they have Luke Kennard. I forgot they have Luke Kennard.
Oh, they'll start Luke. Okay.
And they do have Dalton Connect, but I don't know what
Bronny's getting on the floor for Connectors, low key.
Yeah.
Maybe Bronny plays defense.
Maybe Drew Timme gets some rotational minutes.
Drew Timme low key has a bag in the post.
Yeah. They have Ado Thiero.
Oh no. That guy's like most injury prone. No, this is terrible, bro. They're so bad.
So it might be a little cooked for them, bro.
Yeah. But let's move on to Nuggets versus Spurs. The game was at an obscure time, so many people actually caught it. It was a great ending, but I think we can talk about these teams in the context of a playoff series because I think the Nuggets have a really good chance to get to the 3. And I think they would be the favorites in whatever series ends up being, whether it be the Timberwolves or whether it be the Rockets. I think they'd be the odds-on favorites to win that series, which would, obviously the Spurs are going to probably destroy the Suns. So what would end up happening would be a Nuggets versus Spurs playoff series. And if it's anything like that game yesterday, bro, this could be a bloodbath. Yeah.
It's the only thing is like Cameron Johnson did go like 4-8 from 3. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that.
We can't be a Cam Johnson hating podcast, but he's actually such a solid guy.
He's a great dude. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
amazing dude. But again, it was a great game though. Like
He was cash yesterday. I'm
he
not
was
gonna lie.
catch like that three to put them up like 5 or
Mhm.
something. That was very clutch. But I don't know that Jokic Wemby matchup, bro. They were going back and forth.
Dude,
Little
Jokic low-key neutralizes Wemby as a man-to-man defender.
under. Yeah,
It's actually quite interesting.
I think in general though, like you can't really guard Jokic one on one because Jokic is like he moves so much slower. Like it's hard to
But you
time.
would think if someone had the best,
It would be
like,
Wemby.
yeah,
Yeah, but also like Jokic is also huge too.
yeah,
Like
that is
compared
true.
to Wemby, so Jokic also thrives on the offensive glass. So against a smaller size, not height wise, but like weight wise, it's easier for him to get positioning. But all around though, it was a great game. I would kill to see those two teams in the playoff atmosphere. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. And dude, that overtime stretch from Jokic was insane. Like
Mhm.
he had that turnaround jumper over Wemby. How high he had to get that arc, and how like he's a genius on offense,
Yeah.
bro. It's actually crazy. And also Wemby was exceptional.
Mhm.
For at least the first 3 quarters, he was genuinely the best player on the floor. Like even Jokic is definitely getting his own, but Wemby's impact on defense was super clear. Like he forced a lot of never minds. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if the Spurs can compete with this Nuggets and team in a playoff series with De'Aaron Fox at point guard, bro.
Yeah, and then like you have like a bunch of inconsistent shooters. Like I mean, Stephon Castle has been like pretty hot from three over the season, but he didn't shoot too well last game. Fox didn't shoot too well, so like
Fox is terrible.
also like they none of them have again like we always say playoff experience. Like it's harder to make the open shots in the playoff game. Like
Yeah.
like the open corner three is like it's gonna be harder to make just because of it's a playoff game and the atmosphere and everything. So really have to lean on those players and trust those players. The Nuggets have been in those situations so many times. Like each one of those players have. Cameron Johnson has been to the finals with the Suns. Jamal Murray and Jokic and Aaron Gordon and Christian Braun have all won championships. So like I feel like when it gets to those situations, it's going to be hard for them to like go back and forth because when you're trading punches like that in the playoffs, you got to consistently do it. So you can't really
Yeah.
go for the stretch and not do it.
Yeah. And like it's a rite of passage. Like everyone gets like
Mhm.
it happens to everyone really. So that's why I think the Nuggets would beat them. I would pick the Nuggets to win in that series.
Yeah.
Um, and it would be nice, bro, if we could get the winner of Rockets Lakers in the first round and only have to play one of those two teams in the conference finals. It could that would really help because the stat that everyone brings up as to why the Thunder won't win the championship is that there's been no repeat champion for the past 7 years, and no champion has even gotten back to the conference finals. The Timberwolves are one of the only teams to make it to back-to-back conference finals in the last 8 years. It's a crazy stat, but I think that would be a really nice path for us to break that trend and at least get to the conference finals, and then see what happens against both of these really good teams.
Yeah. Agreed.
But the last team in that mix, we're not going to touch on the Rockets too much, but the last team in that mix is obviously Chetan's Timberwolves. They've been a bit cold recently with the Ant injury. He's playing big minutes for some reason.
I don't know why.
He's not going to get award recognition anymore.
Not
So I don't
playing,
know why.
not playing today at least, so that's good.
Yeah, he's not playing today. But what do you think? I seem to be more optimistic than you about the Timberwolves, but you can say where you're at and then what you would hope to see in the next sort of 5 games.
Yeah, there's 5 games left in the season. I think with all like the random stuff going on with the seeding, I think if we can just stay the 6, like and let whatever happens around us happen, like that's whatever because no matter what, like you're gonna have to play the Nuggets at one point. Like you can't really avoid them, so I don't understand why you try to do it. So, like you just don't try going to the play-in. I think is like one thing that should be a goal for us. We have games against like we're playing the Hornets right now, Pacers, Magic, Rockets, Pelicans. Go 3-2 in those games. I think you could stay the 6.
Oh, is Ant in the city right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
You might
shit.
be.
I didn't know you guys were playing the Hornets. That's tough.
Yeah, we're playing the Hornets right now. But I don't know against a team like the Rockets and Lakers. I'll take us in like 5 or the Lakers. I'll take us in maximum 5. Rockets. I'll take us in like 6.
Yeah.
It gets dicey when you have to play a team like the Nuggets in the first round. Yet, though, the thing that helps me a lot is that we play them. It would be a first round matchup. Like last 2 years, we've looked really, really good in the first round. Like
Yeah.
we hit a bump usually in the second round. Like 2 years ago, we hit a bump against the Nuggets when we went up 2-0. They won 3 straight games, and we had to kind of find our way back. Last year against the Warriors, like it was kind of a tough battle in my opinion. Like Steph goes down. Like even a lot of those games were still kind of close without Steph. So like we were still battling it. But first round, we always look like you have all the energy. You're like excited and everything. Ant's like I trust Ant in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
I think again we match up very well against the Nuggets too. It's not like a team that I think we'll go out there and we'll just get blown out 4 games in a row. Like that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be a lot harder for us to go and win 4 games than like if you gave us the same team like last year. That being said, I think the team itself put them in the situation. Like we have a bunch of injuries now. Nas is a little hurt, Jaden's hurt, Ant's hurt, but like that's why you don't lose games against the Jazz, the Nets, the Pacers, like Hornets in the beginning of the season. And
hey, the Hornets are not that class anymore.
in the beginning of the season they weren't good, but they did turn it up, so they were a good team. But if there's one team that I kind of do trust to like flip a gear in the playoffs, it would be us because we did it last year. We did it the year before. Like we have some down parts in the regular season and we come back firing, but like the team just doesn't look good. Like Julius is still in a little bit of a slump. Nas is kind of like inconsistently not able to do too much. Again, there's a lot of injuries, so I haven't been able to see what it is. But I think our best bet would be to obviously play like the Lakers if they could stay the 3, play the Lakers in the 3, and then get into the second round just for like a longer run. But I mean, if we get the Nuggets in the first round, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, we're gonna lose. Like I'll be confident that I'll still have some confidence that we can go out there and win that series.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets are playing really, really well right now, but I do think you guys kind of match up with them. Like Gobert is low-key food.
Gobert he has been playing pretty good basketball recently.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help, but he also tends to lock in the playoffs a little bit more.
Yeah, and there's no one on the team that can guard Ant. Like Ant is looking at Jamal Murray and Christian Braun.
What
the fuck? Like that's
agreed.
So it would be a really high scoring series in my opinion. I don't think both teams really are. You guys are kind of decent defense. Denver is genuinely terrible at defense.
Yeah, our defense is very like on and off. Like 2 years ago, it was like a calling card. Like night in, night out, you'd go out there, play hard, and you could score 95 points and still potentially win. But this year you have to at least score we have to score like at least 105, 110, and our defense falls. It's like kind of hard. It's like supposed to be the opposite. Like your offense is supposed to follow how your defense is, but we play good defense when our offense is flowing.
Yeah, it's interesting, definitely.
It's really interesting. Like when their shots aren't falling, they go back on the other end and they don't guard. Like you should kind of do the opposite. Like if your shot's not falling, go out on the other end and play harder defense.
But they get like demotivated and shit.
Yeah. So but in the playoffs, I think they'll lock it in. Like Jaden obviously plays a lot more aggressive in the playoffs, and then having somebody like Iyer and then Bones is playing really well. I think Bones like having like a little like scoring punch off the bench, but Nas isn't really shooting too well. That's going to help a lot. So the one person that if their shot starts falling a little bit more, if Dante can shoot a little bit better, like in the playoffs, that would really, really help us. But he just hasn't been like that key of a player that we needed so far. But it'll be
Julius has to lock in too.
100%. But I think this is his last season with the Wolves.
It would shock me if you guys re-signed him.
It would take us probably getting like we'd have to go to the finals for us to re-sign him, in my opinion.
Damn, bro. Even so, like if you go to the finals, we want like a 5-year, 250.
He's already re-signed. We re-signed him this past offseason for 3 years, $100 million.
Oh, right.
So so what we'd probably do is like, say we do go to the finals, you'd probably let that contract ride out.
Yeah.
But if you lose in first and second round, I think you go out and trade him.
You have to find someone.
Yeah, you have to find something else.
Because him and Ant are just it isn't working. I don't think.
Yeah, it's like Julius, like he's a good playmaker at times, but there's like it's too much post ups, and I don't think you can really. Again, that brings up the issue with like Giannis, like all kind of the same thing, but Giannis is a completely different kind of.
Yeah, Giannis is a freak of an athlete.
Yeah, it's like a lot more things that are like it's not really comparable. So that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't have anything else on my end to touch on. Do you have anything else that you wanted to touch on quickly or no?
I don't think so. Going just to talk about the East real quick. Nothing too crazy is happening in the East. The Celtics have a 4-game. The Pistons have a 4-game lead on the Celtics, so they'll probably say the 1 seed. So
They clinched it. They clinched it.
yeah, they did clinch. Yeah, they did clinch the 1 seed. So yeah, there's nothing too much to talk about in the East. So we could probably end there. We'll come back on after the national championship game. Probably recap that a little bit. And then by that point, the season will probably be wrapping up for the NBA, and then we'll get into some play-in and playoff predictions for you guys. But until then, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Off the Dribble Pod, and we will see you guys next episode. Peace.